So, enlightenment is always available here, right now. Enlightenment is not really a destination. Being enlightened is the practice. So, you can choose right now to be enlightened or not. If you're still deciding to be a person in time who is one day going to become enlightened or awakened, then you're basically also deciding in the same moment that you're not enlightened already. But if you are simply choosing to be aware right now of the present moment, realizing that this whole moment is alive and is complete as it is, then you have chosen to be enlightened. Now, a lot of people who are on the path of becoming enlightened are already aware that you can become aware of the present moment and also become aware that this present moment is fully alive and whole as it is. But they're still falling back into the story of personhood in time. And the reason why that is most likely because it feels unpleasant to be here. Or maybe the realization that this moment is whole and complete hasn't arrived yet. So you are present, but it doesn't feel complete. And the reason why it doesn't feel complete is probably because there is a lot of pain. When I say pain, I'm actually talking about fear. Every form of fear is what we call pain. The only thing that is different from love is fear. And the children of fear are pain, misery, depression, suffering. But we could say the god of everything that is negative is fear. You know, when there is an organism that experiences fear, then that organism is contracting. Like, for example, when you are when a spider is in pain, it's contracting. If a snail is in fear or is being attacked, then it's contracting. When a child is in fear or doesn't feel seen or understood, then it's contracting, it's hiding under its blanket. It's always the same movement of contracting and making itself small and stiff. That's a movement that a organism is doing when it is experiencing fear. Now, when a organism is experiencing love, then it's not really experiencing an emotion, but it's opening up and letting go of emotions. It's letting go. It's experiencing love, and therefore it's opening up. And this opening can only happen when you are becoming aware of this present moment. And even if this present moment comes with negative feelings, then that's not a problem, because only by becoming aware of those things, of those fear-based contractions, can they finally let go and find a way to relieve themselves. So simply decide to be enlightened right now. If you are fearful right now, be a fearful Buddha. If you are a fearful person, then you will only perpetuate the fear, the emotional pain, the suffering. You decide to become a fearful person or to stay a fearful person when you decide to continue on this path. When you decide to go on into the future and thinking about yourself and the world as two distinct things, and that you are a personality in a world, and you are somehow trying to get something from the world that will bring you relief. That's how you can decide to be a person that is perpetuating its own suffering. But when you decide to be a suffering Buddha, a fearful Buddha, then you are present in this moment and you're also accepting the presence of fear, of contraction, of suffering. And then it doesn't feel pleasing, but at least you have arrived. You are home. And when you are looking deep within and you are investigating what's actually here in your home, then you can finally look the suffering deep in the eye without trying to run away from it. So as an enlightened being, you're looking the fear in the eye without trying to neglect it, without trying to analyze it, without trying to manipulate it. And the feel will feel finally that you're no longer fighting it, but instead you're accepting it. And in this acceptance, it can finally expand again. So, this is going to, in practice, this is going to look like this. You're simply being here and deciding to be aware. Be aware of the breath. Be aware of the sensation of the body. Be aware of the noises. Be aware of the objects. Simply be aware of the present moment. It doesn't matter what you are aware of in the present moment. You're simply here, right now. As you're watching this video, be aware. Now, if you are aware, you have arrived. Now become aware of the presence of the suffering. Now you see two kinds of presences. Is that the way we can say it? There's the presence of pain, of suffering, and there's also the presence of awareness. Now the substance of suffering is awareness, but the experience of suffering is different than awareness. But by becoming aware of the suffering can remember that it is substantially awareness. Without trying to analyze the suffering, we are looking at it, and by doing so we are reminding the suffering that it can go home, that it can expand again, that it doesn't have to contract, that it doesn't have to be fearful anymore. So it's remembering and expanding again. And that's not something that happens overnight. The realization of enlightenment, the realization of self, is something that happens instantaneously. But the cessation of suffering is not something that is happening overnight. It is something that takes time, and you have to go back again and again into your present being. So I have made a few videos that said that enlightenment is possible in a second, but actually that's a lie. A second takes too long. It's actually just now. It's now or never. It doesn't take a second to become aware of the now. So, what is actually the experience right now? Not of anything, but of your body. There's probably a feeling in your body that is telling you that you have to go somewhere, that you still have to find something out, that you still have to figure something out. But that's not wrong. I'm not saying that this feeling shouldn't be there. I'm just saying that this feeling, this seeking energy that is telling you that you have to still find something, I'm just telling you that that's a little child in you, and you can become aware of it right now. Just become aware of it. Don't try to manipulate it. Just see it as it is. Don't think about it. Just become aware of the presence of the seeking energy and allow it to move around in your body. If you feel lost again in stories about the feeling, if you're lost in thoughts in general, then just become aware of it. Become aware of the fact that you're thinking again, and then come back to the raw sensation of what it feels like to be alive right now. It doesn't matter if it's pleasing or unpleasing. This right here is always your home. And by becoming aware of your home without trying to manipulate it, analyze it, or change it, you can bring order into your home. By becoming aware of your home, you bring order into your home. Not by trying to clean it up with effort, but with an effortless awareness of the chaos. You turn the chaos into order. The contraction can expand again.